Today we will be testing the O2 sensor on a 2001 Toyota Celica. There's the one before the catalytic converter, and there's the one after. And the main function of the O2 sensor is to see how much oxygen is in the exhaust to see if it's running rich or lean. And then this O2 sensor's job to see is to see if the catalytic converter is even working. So if the reading from that one is the same as that one, then your your catalytic converter is not working.
It's really simple to test the O2 sensor. First you need to figure out where the connector is located, and it's very simple. In the Toyota Celica, in the passenger side, right next to the fuse box, you just get the carpet and you pull the carpet down, and you've got a O2 sensor here. That's the one after the catalytic converter, and this is the one before, and you want to test the one before it. To test the O2 sensor, you need to figure out which wire is the signal wire. And in this case, it's the black wire, and that's weird because the black wire usually is the ground wire, but in this case it's going to be the signal wire. So you want to go back to your connector that is inside the car, and you want to take a look at the one for the O2 sensor that's before the catalytic converter. Remember, this is the one that's after the catalytic converter, and this is the one that's before the catalytic converter. And you can see that there are 4 wires. You got the red and yellow, the brown, and then the black, white, and then the black. You want to back probe the black wire so that you can get the signal off of it. And then you want to get your DSO or your voltmeter if you don't have access to a DSO. And if you're using a voltmeter, just know that you will never have more than 1 volt. If you have more than 1 volt, then that means you have a short, and it's most likely the heater circuit that heats up the O2 sensor. So if you ever have more than 1 volt, you need to get a new O2 sensor because that means it's not working. To start the test with the DSO, you want to get your connectors for your DSO, and you want to attach the red one to the signal wire, and same goes with a voltmeter. You want the red one to go to the signal wire, and the black one you could just put on the ground. This is the easiest ground right here, this bolt. So there you go. So now that you have your black connected to the ground and the red connected to the signal wire, you're gonna wanna start the car and make sure that if you're inside you have your exhaust hose connected. If not, just leave the garage open. Don't do it with the garage closed or you might get sick. So start the car and go to your DSO and set it to the correct graph and the correct settings so that you can read it. So once you get it all set up correctly, you'll notice there's your graph, and I will show you what it would look like if you had a multimeter or a voltmeter. This one has a nice min-max function so that you can see what is going on. Let me show you what happens when I press on the throttle. You can see the change in that. And then it goes lean. Low volts means lean, high volts means rich. Let me show you back on the scope what that will look like if you do that. Turn that off. There you go. You can see how it moves. So, there you go. That's how you test the O2 sensor. And remember, if you have more than 1 volt, then that means you have a short and that you should get it fixed immediately. That way you can improve your fuel economy and everything will be cool beans. So, thanks.